Yamaha MT-09. This is actually 10 years since the first bike came out. It was called the FZ-09 back in 2014. In the last 10 years, this bike has come a long way. The first bike was the first use of Yamaha's cross-plane concept inline triple. Absolutely fun, rowdy engine. We really loved riding it. I was at that press launch in San Francisco a decade ago, but that first bike was plagued with some teething issues. It had a really rough throttle response. The suspension damping was pretty harsh, and the seat was really brick-like. It was very uncomfortable. But in just 10 years, we're already now at the 4th generation of the MT-09. 30,000 of these bikes have been sold in the United States and 200,000 have been sold worldwide. So it's a very important motorcycle for Yamaha. And from the MT-09, there's also an upgraded MT-09 SP, which has some upgraded suspension and brakes. There's also the Tracer 9 GT, which was originally based on this platform, which is the sport touring model. So for 2024, very much a refinement year. Really no part of the bike is left untouched. Been a lot of changes really from front to back. So let's start with the engine. The 890cc triple, really the internals haven't changed. Still makes about 115 horsepower, about 70 foot-pounds of torque. But what they've done is they've given it on top of the tank acoustic amplifier grills, which they did for the MT-10, which really crank up the intake sound as you're riding. So it gives it a really great sound as you're getting on the gas. But the tank itself has been revised in terms of its shape. The overall styling of the bike has been updated. It's got a new headlight design, and everything about the bike is in terms of not only its looks, but its ergonomics have changed. The handlebar is a little bit lower, the foot pegs are a little bit higher. So that's a little bit more of an aggressive riding position, but actually it feels a little bit more comfortable. It feels a little bit more natural for the kind of riding that you're gonna do on a naked sport bike like this. And in fact, though, the handlebar position and foot pegs are adjustable, so you can really dial in the ergonomics. You know, up front, in addition to the styling, it's got a new 5-inch TFT display, which is a very cool looking display. It's got 4 different themes that you can switch through. They give it a different look. The bike can be integrated with Yamaha's Y-Connect app for Bluetooth connectivity for phone and other things like that. You can also connect it through the Y-Connect app to Garmin's Street Cross navigation app, which basically shows map right there on the screen. So in addition to the look of the display, also the menus are a lot more refined, easier to use. There's new switchgear that feels better. It's more intuitive. Really everything, because there's so many different settings you can do on a bike like this, the user interface is much more intuitive. So for a bike like this, you know, again, naked sport bike, for the price, which is $10,599, it really packs a lot in there. It's a fully equipped motorcycle. So the YRC electronics package is fully complete. You've got cornering ABS, you've got lean sensitive traction control, you've got slide control, there's wheelie control, there's new back slip regulation. There are also 3 standard ride modes, Sport, Street, and Rain, and then there are 2 customizable ride modes where you can set all of the YRC parameters really to your liking, so you can really dial in not only throttle response, but all the other electronics. So the transmission has also been improved. It's got new drive dogs and internal gearing to really make the shifting a lot smoother. It was smooth before, now it's even better. So it has a standard quick shifter, and this is Yamaha's 3rd generation quick shifter. So that allows you to do clutchless up and down shifts, but you can now do up shifts during deceleration and down shifts during acceleration. So really there's not many situations in which you can't use the quick shifter. Cruise control is standard on this bike, so if you're going to be taking this on the road, it's got, again, really intuitive switches for operating the cruise control. So we've been riding this bike in the back roads of the Santa Cruz Mountains, which is some of the best riding in California. It's been an absolute blast. You know, really nice smooth pavement, tight, you know, hairpin corners, ups and downs and transitions. The chassis has been made a little bit stiffer. Suspension in terms of the front fork has an increased or higher spring rate and also a little bit firmer damping. There's a new linkage ratio for the rear shock, also firmer damping. So the whole bike has just been made a little bit tighter, a little bit tauter, and it really makes it very responsive at speed, in corners, quick transitions, back and forth. It's very easy to ride. So in addition to the firmer suspension settings, it has new tires. They're a Bridgestone Battlax S23s, which just came out. They're very sticky, very good handling characteristics throughout the day. You know, dry pavement, tricky pavement, anything like that. They felt really planted, and that's the thing about when it was originally called the FZ09 10 years ago, all the way up to the present. This has always been a fun motorcycle, but now it's much more refined in terms of, you know, all the rough edges have been polished off, but this bike still has the wild side that we've always enjoyed. The engine character is just really, it's just an absolute blast to just ring it out, shift up through the gears. The acoustic amplifier grills really make the sound that much more pronounced. Absolutely fun motorcycle. So I'm actually going to take this bike home. I'm going to ride it down to Ventura, California. So I'm going to get to take it up on more back roads. I'll give an update on terms of, you know, some of my fuel economy, comfort for the long haul, things like that. So I'll add that in. Yesterday we did the press ride on the 2024 Yamaha MT-09. We did a little over 100 miles in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and it was chasing other journalists and having a lot of fun. But today I rode the bike south from San Jose. I took some of the best roads in California. Highway 25 south of Hollister, Indian Valley Road, a little narrow winding road through the country. Highway 229, which is known as Rossi's Driveway. Highway 58 across the Carrizo Plain. And I've been riding Highway 33, one of the best roads in California. It goes through the Los Padres National Forest. And I've put about 400 miles on the MT-09 today. It's been absolute blast. I mean, these are roads I'm familiar with, and the bike just seems to get better and better. It's been just exciting. There's been low traffic, and I've just been able to carve corners and just go at my own pace. I can go fast, I can go slow, depending on how I feel, depending on the conditions. And the bike has just been super responsive. The chassis, the brakes, the engine, it's been great. So the bike I've been riding has got a few accessories. It's got the MT-09 radiator grille. It's got the comfort seat. And back here, it's got a top trunk. I believe this one holds 39 liters. There's also a larger one. I've got my backpack rock strapped to the trunk so I can carry all my gear. And like I say, it's been absolutely a beautiful day. It's been in the 60s and 70s. Some of the best back roads in California. I'm looking down on Highway 33 right now. It's foggy out on the coast. I live just at the end of this road. I've slaughtered thousands of bugs riding the Yamaha MT-09 today, but it's been a fun ride. That's next, Highway 33. Let's do it. And so yeah, the 2024 Yamaha MT-09, $10,599. It comes in this midnight cyan. There's a blue color and there's also black, and it's available now in dealerships. I'll have a full review on ridermagazine.com. If you've got some comments, please leave those, subscribe, let us know what you think of the bike, and we'll give you more details in the future. So thanks for watching.